Hey guys, how's it going on? This is BitsOftheGeneration here with another episode of Real Talk. And sorry about the gameplay, it's Loadout. I played Loadout last week, but I couldn't think of anything else to play because I was just like, I like Loadout, you like Loadout, everyone likes Loadout. And if you don't, then you're a jerk. And so, basically, if you don't know, Real Talk is a show where I talk about stuff and things that I want to talk about. And if you don't like it, then you can just leave. Because I don't know what else you would do. But today I'm going to be talking about greed. And basically, I don't get why it's a thing. Like, I get why people want to... Here's what my definition of greed is. Destroying things so that you can... Well, destroying good things, per se. Because it's not... Because it's a good thing to destroy bad things, I mean, logically. I'm not going to get into moral compass rules, because that would be an entire episode on its own. But, basically destroying something good to get your head to get something better that you want. And basically I don't get why that's a thing, because if you already have a good standing in a certain thing, why would you try to push that and ruin someone else's operation, for lack of a better term? And this is true with internet service providers like Comcast, Time Warner, Verizon. Those people, they are able to bring you blazing fast speeds at the cost of how much money you can throw at them. And it's basically just the cost of that. I looked it up. So to cover an entire cul-de-sac, it would cost about $1,000 fiber optic cable, which sounds like a lot, but you consider that Comcast or someone else's net profit is insane, and none of that goes back into helping the people. No, it's just all making it rain monies on the upper executives. And I don't mean to sound like a conspiracy theorist or just like, they're kicking him while he's down, because honestly, that's what they're doing. They're basically saying, oh, sorry, if only you could go to another internet service provider. And in where I am right now, we can't. Comcast is the only one. There's no one else here. But I was looking at Seattle service providers, and because I live semi-near Seattle, and there's like 20 of them, and they all offer insane speeds compared to what Comcast is doing. But the only thing is that they're in Seattle, and that's the only place they are. And Comcast reaches across the entire world. Once again, I'm just using Comcast as a word because that's who I use, and that's a thing. And also, why do people do this? Like, individuals. Why do they ruin someone else's life experience just so that they can be like, hey, I got another $1,000 per year, which actually would be a very significant income boost for some people. But that doesn't make any sense, because you're basically at a certain point. I'm just going to use this as like an extreme example. You're basically ruining someone's job with that company to get more money, and in most cases it's not even a significant amount. But in other cases, like if you ruin someone to get in a higher standing with an executive, and then you become an executive, that's a thing that I don't want to delve into, because I don't know how the corporate world works, and this is all just speculation on my part. And another thing that's greedy, and I'm basically just listing off examples and then talking about them, because that's how I decided to do this episode, is cell phone companies. And more specifically, people who make the cell phone. Because right now, on my desk, I got sitting a LG Optimus, and I love this phone, and I have Android. It's an Android phone. And so I bought this phone for about $100. It's now like $50 if you have a 2-year plan. But without that plan, $500. That makes literally no sense. And it's supply and demand. I get that. We can shoot up the price, because where are they gonna go? If everybody shoots up the price, then they can't go anywhere else. But people have been like, well, no, there's cheaper options over here, with like Google's offering a top-of-the-line smartphone, no contract for $300, which is a great deal. And there are becoming more people that are like, why should we make people pay? And then Logic is coming to those people slowly, and they're like, why are we doing this? But I don't get why they have to charge. So even still, there are other companies like Samsung. Samsung still charges. I searched it up. For the newest S4, it costs $550. Why? I tell you, I've done some research in this field, and for that phone to make costs about $50 to $60. Not even that. No. Wait, I'm getting my numbers wrong. $30 to $40. That's an insane profit margin. You can literally make it rain like golden butter at that point. And it basically all comes down to greed. All comes down to screwing someone else over. Basically, screwing someone else over to get yourself in a better standing. And in this example of greed I'm using, it's okay if you're not screwing someone else over and you're just like, I want that. And that's not a bad thing per se. Like, I want a new processor, which I'm currently saving up for, but I don't have the money, and I'm not gonna go out, stab someone, and take his wallet just for that $300. And I hope you guys don't too, because that's a jerk move. And I don't get why someone would actually do that, because I guarantee you, someone would. If it exists, it's rule of logic. If it's a thing that you make an analogy of, somebody probably did it. How do you think that analogy got placed in your head? Somebody probably did it. And yeah, I don't get the point behind greed. And I'm gonna have to wrap this up soon. So this has been Bits of the Generation, talking to you about multiple various subjects. Signing off. Have fun.